What's up? What's up? Looking at a bear. Looking at a bear. Figured I'd go live and hang out. If you're here, smash that follow button, guys. Smash that follow. Smash that sub. What's up? What's up, Tony? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. For a few minutes. We'll go crazy far. It's hot. Like an hour. Starts storming sooner. What's going on, guys? Doing good. What's up, Rob? What's going on, Sue? Charger wasn't plugged in all the way. Figured. Appreciate everybody hanging out. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, it's got to be 80 here in New York. It's what? Yeah, hovering just below 85. It's been hot today. I blocked this guy out earlier, and it looked like I went swimming. It was just disgusting and muggy. Nasty out earlier today. It's still hot and gross. Whew. Let's see. Chainsaw carving live on YouTube. What's going on? Southeast of Indy. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna go live while I worked on this bear. Alright guys, if you're here, tap that screen, hit subscribe if you haven't before. About 25 minutes on the 300 S batteries. Honestly, it's about the same as the small gas saws, you know. They're about 25. It's too hot, keep wearing that. Watching, 14 thumbs up. Hope you guys had a great day. baby kisses. Working on a real chunker. Watching 17 thumbs up. If you guys are new here, tap that screen and hit subscribe for me. We're actually recording, so we'll have a full time lapse. Eventually, you guys will be able to see this go from log to finished piece. Just like the dogs I did last week. That's all I'm editing right now. We did 2 dogs for a customer. Just got to get those edited. Oh yeah, can't understand me when I'm not by my phone. Sorry about that. Actually, I might have a fix for that. Hold on. Well, I got some microphones that are noise canceling, so give me just a moment and I'll run in the house and I'll grab those, and then you guys can actually hear me talking while I carve. So if you can hang out and bear with me. Well, I'm back. We had 47 watching. Well, we only went down to 39. That's not too bad. Let's see if I can set this thing up here for you guys. Hold on. Stand by. This one looks like it's charged. How's that? Can you guys hear me any better? Can you hear me over here? Can you hear me over there? How's this? Microphones work? Now you get to hear me drink and burp and sneeze and snort and all the noises I make while I'm carving. That much better than usual. We'll have a full time lapse carving this up at some point. I don't know. I really need to get the dog video done first for that customer. He already came and got the dogs, loves them, so that's a plus. Now the real question is, does the mic magnify the chainsaw, or does the mic cancel the chainsaw out? Because it's supposed to cancel it out. Tested this on TikTok and I was able to talk and do things.
Applying the chainsaw noise.
It's quieter. Cool. Cool beans. Bear's extra fluffy. Chubby fella. What's going on, Nigel? Thanks for being here. Thanks, yeah. It's a little bit chunkier than usual, but you know what? I've got a bunch of decent logs. I shouldn't say a bunch. I got a handful of decent logs kicking around, and they need to get carved up whether I have orders or not, so they don't go bad. So this is one of those. It's like, I think I probably got like 6 logs that need to just need to be turned into something this year. So got to get those knocked out so we can get some fresh ones dropped and have that stock ready to go. Sometimes it's amazing to me. It shouldn't either. It shouldn't be amazing, honestly. Born in the 80s, grew up through the 90s and 2000s, but technology is still amazing, right? I went from like rotary phone to a cordless home phone, from pagers to flip phones, like the Nokia straight phones, to all this stuff. And yet now I still find it amazing that we can have a microphone on, talk to you guys from across the tent, and run chainsaws and do all this stuff at the same time and it not be like too much interference. It's crazy. Bag phones. That's funny. Bag phones for the car, right? I didn't know those. I'd heard about those, but I didn't grow up with those. This will throw the chaps back on. We're getting a little low on the cuts. 45 watching, 22 likes. If you're here hanging out, tap that screen. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't before. We got some channel merch and a couple carvings available in that shopping bag. Check those out before you leave. I'm trying to get this guy done by Friday. I'm going to be carving live in Northville, New York, at a little store called the Five and Dime. You can actually find it on Facebook. It'd be 5 and 10, but I've always called it the Five and Dime. Makes more sense in my head. 5 and Dime. Just got an order for a, what is it, like a Celtic dragon. So I got a car. I'm gonna probably work on that at the event this Saturday. If I said Friday, I meant Saturday. Now, see, in my head, I know I can talk while I carve, but I'm so used to only talking when I'm not carving. Throwing me off. Thinking about it. Might get myself an MS-261C this week. I don't know. Really thinking about going with a Pro Saw this week. Try something out. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Smell like a hot foot in a work boot today. My word. Oh, it's the bear holding? He's got a fish. Holding a fish by the tail. Ooh, wrong. It's backwards in my camera. So anyway, fish by the tail. Stupid paint can. sometimes it's tricky, tricky. See how you do it? That's how you move a carving that you can't lift up. Give it the old rockaroo. Rockaroo. Oh, let me get down here. See a little of skip the gym and build forearms, you just carve yourself a, well, 4 to 6 foot bear, get a sharp chain and just put furring on. And I feel like I can feel the blood pumping through my forearms. Good buddy of mine last week was bring your friend to the gym week. And so he harassed me all week about going to the gym. I said no. Every single day. No, thank you. Not for me. Not for me. I always like to tell him, why don't you call out of work and come and work with me for a day. You let me know if you still want to go to the gym. I'll line up all kinds of things. We'll move logs, we'll run chainsaws, we'll carve something. We'll skip lunch just like I normally do. We'll have a hearty dinner at the end of the day. You let me know how you feel about that. So far, he hasn't taken me up on that offer. Past that point. Whew, it's getting hot out here. Yeah. If you're new here, hit subscribe. I'll be putting together a full video carving this. Do a full full time lapse, start to finish on this piece. Looks like my summer is going to be booked up with college visits. It's my next oldest. Next year she'll be a senior. We'll have another one off to college. Craziness. That means Daryl Dad's got to sell about 20 bears this size in for the next few years. Yeah, membership to the carving tent. Yeah. Well, it's a good buddy of mine. He's the one that wants to always bring me to the gym. My son, he is out. He's out riding his bike. He's getting his exercise in. Came in earlier and he was toast. Dad, it's so hot. I said, I know. Sit down and drink some water. I said, because if you pass out, that's not going to be any fun. Mom will freak out, tell me to take you to the ER, but I won't. Have to splash some water on your face, you know. You're going to pass out. Well, you better sit down. I feel like I went swimming. This is disgusting. Oh yeah. No, not about my son. He sometimes he wants to learn, sometimes he doesn't, and that's all right. I'm not gonna push him into chainsaw carving. If he wants to do it, cool. If he doesn't, no big deal. He was showing me something today, something that I didn't realize till I was... What's up, buddy? You can ride till 7:45. Then you gotta be back here.
I've been doing so good at my knees.
Yeah? Awesome. Stop and get a drink if you need one. For real. As I've gotten older, I've been told, man, you got a brain like an engineer. You should have went to school for, you know, mechanical engineering and all this stuff. Yeah, probably should have when I was younger, but today my son was showing me something he was building on the computer with software, and he was building a bicycle for a game with software that then he would then be able to put it. It was ridiculous, and I was like, dude, you need to go to school for mechanical engineering. Like, this is wild. You're already building this stuff. provide what they need, some of what they want, push them to do some awesome things, and hopefully they'll make out better than me in the long run. I guess that's the ultimate goal, right? $34 watching, 27 thumbs up. Heck yeah, guys, appreciate it. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be doing a full time-lapse video once this is done. I got GoPros rolling right now, time-lapse, so even if you can't stay this whole time, it's all right. You'll be able to see it complete once we get there. Once we get there. I'm gonna do something about this spot. It's too crunchy and chunky looking, but I'm not running the gas saws tonight, so we'll finish our furring and then we'll come around. We gotta kind of scrape all that material out of there, which is gonna be just a wonderful pain right in the butt. Battery I got in this saw is an OG. They don't even make these anymore. It's the AP160. I was actually talking to a steel rep last year and he's like, that doesn't exist. AP160s don't exist. I said, sure do. Keegan, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. Do some real stuff, and you don't get as many people. I think that battery's. Yep. She going. 300's over here flashing. It's probably overheated, this 300. Oh, I need to get some new 300 AP300S batteries. That's what I really need. Brand new ones. But you know, they cost as much as a chainsaw, so not so sure when I'm gonna buy those. Instead, I'm gonna buy a gas saw. Well, that's full bar. Oh, we just started using that. This guy's probably empty because the battery's dead, and it is. It's up here. So I got a big tree outside my tent in front of the way I'm facing right now. I don't know what side that is for you guys. But I got a big box elder out here. Big branch over the tent. If we get a good storm, thing would probably kill me. Base of that tree's about 3-4 feet across. It's this great big monster of a tree. And guess who decided to not have any leaves this year and just decided to be dead? that tree decided to just be dead. So what's up, Scooter? So now, I know you guys can't tell. Tent looks like it usually does, but I have cleared out the majority of my saws, which usually there's about 30 chainsaws over on this side, and we've got a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got like 15, so we got half of them cleared out. But I got some old ones that you guys don't usually see. I'm counting. If we don't count the old ones, we got 10 saws over here instead of the 30 that are normally over here. That's what I should say. Cleared out the shelf that was in the back off to the side over there with all the blown saws that we got to rebuild. Because I have to take this entire carving area down. I'm going to have to take everything out of here. I'm going to have to move it all to my backyard where I'm not going to carve. I'm just going to set it up for about a week. And then we'll have to take the weekend. One of my brother-in-laws and a buddy of his come over and we'll take that huge tree down. Then I get to huff everything back up here to this spot and reset up. It's going to be amazing. So much work. So much work. Thanks, Pons. Appreciate it. Keegan. No, I got gas sauce. After a certain time of night, I run battery. A little bit quieter. I mean, I got like 3 battery saws and then, you know, like 50 gas chainsaws. So I let the battery saws do the light work. Yeah. These Beaver fans are nice. I was going to try to tag them in case anybody wanted them, but they must be sold out here on YouTube. They've been selling like crazy on TikTok. Oh, let's see. All right, we got to finish Farang. I don't feel like doing claws and paws and all that, so we're just doing furry paws. Furry paws. It was a custom order, and the customer wanted nails and all that. You know, we'd break these out into individual fingers. We'd have nails, claws. We'd do the same here, same with the feet. But we're going to keep this guy semi-fluffy, cuddly. None of the other stuff. Sounds like a GoPro died. I was using these today, and honestly, I feel like the heat is affecting the GoPros. But it's just furring, so. Arm's done. Feel the burn in my arms. Yeah, heat's draining me too. All right, guys, you're going to pause probably, so just bear with me for a moment. Should be back. Should be back. Should be back. For some reason, text messages aren't coming through on my watch. Sweaty, sweaty hot, sweaty hot. Oh, man. Scotland. What's happening? I have the patience. Yeah, it takes a little patience usually. It's like any skill. You gotta have the patience, the drive, the want, you know. If you want it bad enough, you honestly, you'd learn to have patience. We are usually the only thing holding us back. That's it. It's us. It's our mindset. The things we think we can and can't do. We are the thing that holds us back. You know, you all heard the saying, we are our own greatest enemy, and that is the truth. 100%. You got a little muscle tone and you can pick up a chainsaw, you can carve. All right, well, we're going to pause for another second. Stand by. Waiting for one of the kids to text me. So I just got my watch resynced up to the phone there real quick, so hopefully that'll come through. This feels like such a long, grueling process right here. From the chest down to the belly. It's just the way it's cut out. This guy's got to be all of 250, 300 pounds, this thing. Freaking solid. We got to get this hard ridge. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a hard ridge all the way right there. It's got to all get scraped out of there. Scraped out of there. I'm not sure. You know whose forearms are on fire? Mine. Mine. Burning. Like hellfire. Ah. So to my beginner carvers, this guy was blocked out today, and we're already doing the detail work today. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a one-day job. Not even. I'm gonna be honest. Blocking out, I didn't have a lot of time, so I blocked this guy out in about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half with gas saws, running the 291 and the 271, and that was it. So 2 bigger saws, regular bars, just blocked it out like crazy, and then now just battery saws doing detail work. So an hour and a half to kind of bam, rough shape like in the beginning of this live. And then now we're just like right into kind of detail work. Do something down there between the legs a little better on this guy. I said he's about probably 250, 300 pounds. I didn't put a price on him yet. We'll probably put anywhere from 12 to 1500 bucks on it. Be nice if we could get 2 out of it, but honestly, it's not reasonable. It won't sell for 2 grand around here. So we'll probably be around 12 to 1500. That price point will change kind of just based off of how everything flows and works out when it's done and painted and detailed and all that kind of stuff. Then I'll kind of work on, like, you know, what the exact price will be. Oh, it'd take y'all summer to block this big guy out? It's crazy. Well, yeah, I know. It's hustling. I mean, I could have wrung this shirt out earlier today when I blocked this thing out. It was hot. That's why he's so chunky, to be honest. Compared to usual, I try to thin him down, have more of like a realistic look. That's what I always want to drive for. And I would have thinned it down and put like a tree stump. That was the original idea. And then I started and was like, oh my God, it's so hot. I can't even think straight. And just, this is what we came out of with a hot day. Basically. This is what came out of a hot day and probably not drinking enough water and all that fun stuff. There, angled that base a little more, so it gives him a little bit more of that knee being bent, leg being straight, so he's kind of tilted back just a touch. I'm gonna have to roll out of here in just a few minutes, just so you guys are aware. We'll have a full time-lapse video though. All you gotta do is hit subscribe. Big old bear on his property, huh? not fully 100% sure yet, but I may try to, won't be able to stay live. I gotta jet out quick in a minute. I may try to stay out here, and I really want to get this thing done this evening. Like, I want to be done with this thing, but whew, we'll see how it shakes out. What up, guy? I don't think so. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing this right now. Good, Rob. Whew. Well, that's been cool. quick little thingies like that. I gotta rock and roll. I gotta run out of here real quick. Appreciate you guys being on this live with me though. I don't think I'll be back live tonight. However, I do plan on probably working later into the night. All we got left is some detail on the fish, detail his face and ears. And then we'll be on to sanding and the torch, sanding again, and some paint. So if you want to be able to see it done, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all, so this be uploaded when we put up a time-lapse video on this bear. But appreciate everybody that was hanging out today. I gotta hit the road, and have an awesome rest of your week. I'll see you guys.